Ever struggled with picky eaters at home? Today we're going to tackle that challenge head-on with a dish that's loved universally, the ultimate chicken Alfredo. This recipe is not only a crowd pleaser but also a delightfully creamy and cheesy comfort food. Imagine tender chicken, perfectly cooked pasta, and a sauce so rich and velvety, it might just become your next go-to recipe. So gear up as we dive into this cheesy, creamy delight. Let's start with gathering our ingredients. First off, we need 2 succulent chicken breasts, sliced into convenient strips. To season, we're going to need some salt and pepper. The heart of our dish is the rich sauce, for which we require 2 tablespoons each of olive oil and butter. To get that creamy texture, a cup of heavy cream is essential. For the cheesy element, we're adding a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And let's not forget the aromatic 2 cloves of garlic, minced. Lastly, we'll need 8 ounces of your favorite pasta. Fettuccine or penne work wonders. These simple yet flavorful ingredients come together to create a meal that's a feast for the senses. And that's all you need for a mouth-watering chicken Alfredo dish. Let's move on to the next step, shall we? Time to cook our pasta. Begin by setting a pot of water on the stove. Add a generous pinch of salt. This will season the pasta as it cooks, giving it a flavor boost. Once the water is at a rolling boil, it's time to introduce the pasta. Whether you've chosen fettuccine, penne, or another favorite, make sure to stir occasionally to prevent it from sticking together. Now, here's the trick to perfectly cooked pasta. You want it al dente, which means it should still have a bit of a bite to it. Don't be tempted to overcook it. Remember, it will continue to cook a little when we add it to the sauce later on. Once the pasta is cooked to your liking, drain it, but reserve a cup of the pasta water. It might come in handy to loosen up our sauce if needed. And now our pasta is ready and set aside. Next, we're going to cook our chicken. Now this isn't just any chicken, it's the star of our dish, the one that's going to soak up all those creamy, cheesy flavors and make your taste buds dance. So let's give it the attention it deserves. Start by taking your chicken strips. You'll want to season these beauties with a generous sprinkling of salt and pepper. Don't be shy with your seasoning, it's all about building layers of flavor here. Once your chicken is seasoned, it's time to get cooking. Heat up some olive oil in a skillet over medium-high heat. You're looking for that sweet spot where the oil shimmers but isn't smoking. That's when you know it's ready. Slide your chicken strips into the skillet. Listen to that satisfying sizzle. That's the sound of flavor development right there. Cook the strips until they're golden brown and irresistibly juicy. This is where patience pays off, so resist the urge to move them around too much. Let the heat do its thing. Once your chicken is perfectly cooked, set it aside. It's done its part for now, but don't worry, it'll be back. It's about to join forces with our pasta and creamy sauce to create a meal that's truly memorable. And our chicken is all set to join our pasta soon. Stay tuned because we're just getting to the good part. Now, let's prepare our creamy sauce. This is where the magic happens, where the simple becomes sublime, and where our pasta will find its perfect partner. This sauce is the heart of our dish, so let's get it just right. So, we're using the same skillet where we cooked our chicken. This is crucial because we want to capture all those wonderful flavors left behind by the chicken. Now, lower the heat to medium and add in your butter. Butter and garlic are a match made in culinary heaven, and that's exactly what we're about to create. Once the butter has melted, in goes our minced garlic. Now here's a tip. You want to let the garlic sizzle for a bit to release its aroma, but be careful not to burn it. Burnt garlic has a bitter taste that can overpower the sauce, so just keep it on a low heat and stir it around until it's golden and fragrant. Next up, pour in the heavy cream. The cream is what gives our Alfredo sauce its rich and velvety texture. Bring it to a gentle simmer. This is important because a simmer, rather than a boil, allows the flavors to meld together without the risk of curdling the cream. Now, after a few minutes of simmering, it's time to sprinkle in the Parmesan cheese. This cheese is the soul of Alfredo sauce, lending it a wonderful nuttiness and a slight tang. Stir it in until it's completely melted, and you'll notice your sauce start to thicken. That's exactly what we want, a thick, creamy sauce that will cling to our pasta and chicken. Keep stirring until you've achieved a smooth, creamy consistency. Don't rush this part. Good things, like a perfect Alfredo sauce, take time. And voila, our creamy Alfredo sauce is ready. It's as simple as that. This sauce is not only incredibly delicious, but it's also versatile. You can use it in a variety of dishes, but today, it's going to transform our chicken and pasta into a meal to remember. So, let's move on to the next step and bring everything together. Now, it's time for the magic to happen. We've cooked our pasta to al dente perfection. Our chicken is golden and juicy, and our sauce is thick, creamy, and oozing with that rich Parmesan flavor. Each component is delightful on its own, but when we bring them together, that's when this dish truly comes to life. Picture this. The pasta, still warm from being drained, is tossed back into our skillet, joining the creamy Alfredo sauce. It's a beautiful sight, watching as the strands of pasta become enveloped in that luscious, creamy sauce. Each twirl in the skillet ensures that every inch of our pasta is beautifully coated with the sauce. Next, we introduce the chicken back into the mix. The golden strips of chicken are added to the skillet, joining the pasta and sauce. Just like the pasta, the chicken is generously coated in the sauce, ensuring that every bite of this dish is packed with flavor. As we stir, the ingredients mingle together. The pasta, the chicken, the sauce, they're all getting to know each other, becoming one delicious, harmonious dish. The heat from the skillet helps to meld the flavors together, creating a dish that's more than just the sum of its parts. The aroma wafting from the skillet is intoxicating. The smell of the creamy sauce, the savory chicken, the garlic, it's a symphony of scents that's sure to make your mouth water. It's a sensory experience that's just as enjoyable as the act of eating the dish itself. Finally, we turn off the heat. Our ultimate chicken Alfredo is ready. It's a dish that's rich, creamy, and comforting, yet simple and straightforward. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the simplest ingredients can come together to create something truly extraordinary. And our ultimate chicken Alfredo is ready to serve. It's been a journey, but the end result is more than worth it. Now all that's left is to dig in and enjoy. Bon appetit! So here we have our creamy, dreamy chicken Alfredo. Just look at how the sauce clings to the pasta, making each bite a symphony of flavors. The golden, juicy chicken pieces perfectly complement the rich and creamy Alfredo sauce, creating a dish that's not only visually appealing, but also a treat to the taste buds. Now imagine serving this up to your family or friends. Even the pickiest eater would be hard-pressed to resist this cheesy delight. The best part? It's a comforting, delicious meal that can be made in less than an hour. That's what we call a win-win situation. But don't just take my word for it. I encourage you to try making this ultimate chicken Alfredo pasta yourself. Whether it's for a cozy dinner at home or a special occasion, this dish is bound to impress. And when you do try it, don't forget to share your experience. Did you add a personal touch to the recipe? Did you serve it with a side of garlic bread or a fresh salad? I'd love to hear all about it. Now, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It lets me know that you appreciate the content and it helps me create more of what you love. Also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. That way, you won't miss out on any future recipes. And remember, sharing is caring. If you know someone who struggles with picky eaters or simply loves good food, share this video with them. Who knows, you might just make their day. Well, that's it for today. I hope this ultimate chicken Alfredo pasta recipe brings as much joy to your table as it does to mine. Remember, cooking is not just about feeding people. It's about creating memories, spreading love, and, most importantly, enjoying the process. So don't be afraid to experiment, to make mistakes, and of course, to have fun with it. Until next time, keep cooking and enjoy your meals.